Humans aren't born out of laying around on their asses. We've been born out of conquering a world. We're the dominant species. We built all this. We're powerful and we're beautiful and we're ready to build the next level of civilization in God's plan. But you must stop bowing to those who want to make you a victim. You must become the victor. If you love God and you want to build a pro-human future, then you are an enemy of the New World Order and Satanism. They want us shut down because we have the Spirit. I'm jacked into the source. I know the secret, and I want to see you empowered. But you have to believe in yourself first. This is the truth, and everyone knows it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not happy. Not at all. I don't want to make this video. I really, really don't. But these deranged, mentally ill, subhuman freaks have gone so insane that I'm having to do a video defending Ethan Klein and his wife. What timeline have I stepped into? Now, if you're not familiar, I don't like Ethan Klein. I think he is despicable with his rhetoric. When he talked about, bombing the Republican National Convention, this guy has been an absolute menace. He's been a far-left agitator, and he was perfectly fine shitting on anyone else. But then when it came to him, when it came to October 7th, and it started to get a little too close to home, then he had to come to Jesus meeting. And then he realizes, oh, well, all these people I've surrounded myself with are radicals. I guess all the people that I maligned and insulted and vilified and bullied and, made up lies about, I guess maybe what they were saying was kind of true. But the people who are opposed to him are so insane, so demented, so evil, that somehow, some way, they make me defend him. Because they are so devoid of any redeeming qualities. To call these people subhuman would be downplaying it. We're talking about people that have called Child Protective Services on Ethan Klein and his wife because they don't like some of his political opinions on the internet. It's not because somebody actually saw something substantive. Like, Ethan was recording a video and, they saw his daughter or, son, whoever, I don't know what makeup of kids, beaten and bloody and, just walking by and saw an abused child and was like, oh, I got a call. I would totally be on board with that. Like, if you saw actual abuse, but these are mentally ill, attention-starved, degenerate, subhuman freaks that are actually calling Child Protective Services because they disagree with this person on a number of political topics. I disagree with this person on a number of political topics. Not the same topics, but I've never once in my life come to the conclusion that the way that I alleviate my frustration at this person being wrong about a number of things and this person behaving in the way that they do that I think is unconscionable, for the most part, I've never once come to the conclusion that the way to solve this is by abusing a system to get them to take away their kids. My solution usually is to make a video calling them out, articulating what ideas I think are bad and indefensible, what behaviors I think are bad and indefensible, and doing that over and over in the hopes that people will pay attention to that, will acknowledge that, and the culture will slowly and surely change, where those ideas of Ethan's are pushed to the side. And guess what? It worked. It worked. Donald Trump is the president. They are going through the federal government with Doge, and they are cutting out the waste. It's what I've wanted. Everything that Trump's doing is what I've wanted. There's been a cultural shift, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. The Democrats have imploded. In fact, I just want to tell you how well this works. I dare you to go back and watch videos from 1 or 2 years ago of somebody like Asmongold. If you don't think that Asmongold has changed, go back and watch his old videos. He was far left. I would put him in that category. I was recommended a video of his talking about Trump and stuff from like 2 years ago. And it was extremely left-wing. But you jump forward today, he's not right-wing. He's not right-wing, but his attitude, his perspective has changed. He's still left-wing, but the gap has been, the gap from the center to where he was has been diminished in a way that is hard to really quantify. It's amazing to see that gap. And he's not the only one. A lot of people have made that jump over the last 2 years. Go back and watch Nux Taku's video of Trump where he reacted to Aiden Ross and Donald Trump in the car. Listen to the way that he talks about Trump, that Trump is a big orange idiot, that he's this, and this, and this, and this, all this disparaging commentary. And then listen to a recent video of Nux Taku talking about Trump. There has been a massive, massive shift. And that is the power of patience and perseverance. Is not just immediately giving up when things go tits up, but continuing on making videos, articulating your point over and over, to the point where now, everything that I've said over the past couple of years about Disney, all this stuff, it's mainstream now. It's par for the course. Everyone talks about it. Everyone shits on Disney. And keep in mind, and this isn't going to be the whole tangent of the video, but keep in mind, there was a time where Star Wars Theory wouldn't criticize Star Wars because he would always want to see the positive in things. And now he's coming around to reality that, yeah, I can be open and honest, and yeah, this shit sucks. Same with Tyrone Magnus and a lot of these other content creators. They've come around because the culture has shifted. So, without further ado, this video is from Asmongold Clips. It says, "What the F is wrong with her?" And let's give this a watch.
Somebody told me about this.
I think it's embarrassing for Hila here to be like, this is so traumatic for the kids. You're trying to traumatize the children. It's like...
So basically, these people collectively got together and called CPS on Ethan and Hila's kids.
For context, this is the same person we had to deal with before.
$30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
And now she's been on a generational run of hating against Ethan Klein during almost every single stream of hers, to the point they literally had Child Protective Services called on H3H3's family. And as you might notice, she immediately deleted the VOD after this happened, and now she's trying to dismiss the event as nothing crazy.
Dog, you literally, the vast majority of people are, like, are not remembering anything that happened to them at 3.
Man. So it's okay to do anything to a 3-year-old because they won't remember it.
It's just sympathy, right? It's just, she's just pulling like the IDF classic card.
The IDF, the Israeli Defense Force? What does this have to do with the IDF?
Oh
Like, please, my life is so difficult. Please, everyone that is against us needs fucking awful.
And so, you know, I find myself in a very interesting position because I don't support Israel. But these people also don't support Israel. But I hate these people, and I think that their ideas are terrible. And their hatred of Israel makes it harder for me to criticize Israel legitimacy. Their hatred of Israel and sort of Hassan's pro-terrorist, anti-Israel stuff makes it harder for somebody like me who's not insane to come out and say, yeah, well, I don't really think the U.S. should be sending aid to Israel or Ukraine or anywhere else. It makes it tougher for me to say that because if I criticize Israel, I'm lumped in with these people, which, no, oh God, no. I'm not these people. I criticize Israel because I don't think they have America's best interest at heart. I don't think they're our closest allies. but I'm not these people. But whenever I criticize Israel, I get lumped in with them, and I'm like, no. I have no problem with people who are Jewish. I have no problem with them being Jewish by the very nature of them being Jewish. I've known too many awesome Jewish people in my life. Oh, no, you're a Jewish shill. No, I just don't agree with Israel. I think that a lot of the stuff they do is not great. But these people are like, they make it tough for people like me to criticize Israel and be open about it because they're like one step away from being goddamn terrorists. And I'm like, that's not me. No, I'm just America first. I believe that America first should be Americans first. But these people are so batshit, so delusional, so crazy. It makes it tough. It's like Hassan and all of that. So all of that rhetoric, it makes it impossible to have a realistic conversation about this.
Full experiences because we're the ones dealing with the real awful experiences.
What? I don't even know what to say. The fuck were we watching? She was in the IDF? Yeah, she was.
So if you want to know my opinion, I think the chick should face charges. Whether it be civil charges with Ethan suing her, or if it be criminal charges for, I mean, how can you put a bounty on somebody on stream and then continue with this sort of rhetoric and face no repercussions? I just don't get it. It's not freedom of speech. Putting a bounty on somebody publicly is not freedom of speech. Engaging in a coordinated campaign to call a CPS to try to hurt other people's children is not free speech. I think this woman should face serious and severe punishments, consequences. The fact she hasn't is shocking.
Was in the IDF because every single person that was born and lives in Israel has to serve in the IDF, including women.
Hila did worse to Palestinian kids in the IDF. I mean, I'm sure she's thought about doing terrible things to people when she was in the IDF.
God.
I want you to understand that the reason why she's saying this is so she can dehumanize this woman that she's watching, like Ethan's wife, and then make her an acceptable target for bad treatment.
Procedure. But I was like, I really don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3.
Create any bad memory for them.
Is this
you're
the
not
part?
forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. Nah, yes, you are. No, you're not.
Oh, God, I'm speechless. I'm not having a stroke, I promise, but I'm speechless. This dumb, low IQ gutter trash bimbo is actually trying to defend her actions and the actions of her community and other people and calling CPS because what's even the big deal? These people are evil. These people need to be rounded up and thrown in jail for the rest of their life. I'm just going to say it. These people are evil. They're a menace to society. They're irredeemable. There's nothing about them that is ever going to change. They are a detriment to our society and our way of life. It is genuinely inexcusable that you can make a defense for calling CPS or a community calling CPS to target people's children. And you think that it's okay. Oh, she worked in the IDF. These people need to be rounded up and they need to be sent to, I don't know where. Maybe we can find some room at Gitmo. But holy shit, Hassan and all these people, they are the genuine scum of the earth. And I don't understand how they continue to get away with behaving in this way and then just acting like it's normal. There should be consequences to these actions under the law. These people should be tried and found guilty of the numerous crimes that they stream themselves committing.
It's like 4 is the cutoff, but even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15. You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
God.
Yes.
Okay, so then...
Talking to a random stranger once isn't really memorable for a kid.
Oh my God.
The average age of adults' earliest memories is 3.5 years old. You're not really forming memories at 3.
You just read it. That's an average.
Because she's a dumb bimbo that looked it up thinking it would back her
memories,
up.
or like memories that you will keep.
You see the goalpost moving? 50 memories and memories that you will keep.
Yeah, you see how far in the weeds we are? Hey, dumb e-thought gutter trash bitch. Don't call CPS on other people's kids over a political disagreement. You want to get in the weeds about, well, when do memories really form? You should be in jail. You and the other mentally ill, unstable, detrimental to society individuals should be in prison. I view you in the same way that Moist Critical views Johnny Somali. I think that you are a nuisance, you are a threat, and you should be treated as such because you are now trying to move the goalpost to such a degree that it is acceptable and it is okay to make threats. I mean, that is a threat. I'm going to call CPS so that these social workers and the police may show up because they think that you're abusing these kids. That, to me, is a step even beyond swatting. This should absolutely be a crime, and anyone who's defending this, you are absolutely soulless.
I can remember maybe, I don't know, 5 things that happened to me, maybe.
Oh, God, this is really,
And you can't even take care of your fucking kids. Why don't you tell your wife, too? She should be taking care of your kids, too. Both of y'all. Instead, you're posted up complaining about how you got CPS called on. They're investigating you, homie.
Oh, God.
And you're posting on Instagram?
Holy shit. Looks like a mob in a video game.
Get taken away from him. Oh, I hope so. They would be so much better off.
These people should be rounded up. That these people are mentally ill. They're unwell. They're dangerous. This is all the red flags. I mean, just holy shit.
Fuck. And you can't even.
Who does this?
Oh, I hope his kids get taken away from him.
So they've already made up their mind. They're not calling CPS to investigate. They're calling CPS to do something in order to make this person's life worse.
Yeah.
Ethan needs to lawyer up and sue these people. I hope he does.
Yeah.
These are people who are making false calls to real government places in order to execute an internet beef.
Yes.
This is disgusting behavior. And all of these people like Denham's downplaying this. Oh, that's not. Oh, but you're not getting memories at this age or whatever. Like, get the fuck out of here. This is so disgusting. Why would you talk like this? Why would you act like this? It's outrageous.
Get this e-trash bimbo to Gitmo.
Infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. A small infant that has no immune system shouldn't be catching anything. No wonder this motherfucker is always sick. Yeah. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? How is this happening? How is this happening?
So I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And
if I speak, I'm in big trouble. Absolutely correct. That is a level of evil that just don't sit right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, these people have driven this cultural conflict to the point where I have to do a video defending Ethan Klein. I can say many things about Ethan Klein. Many things about Ethan Klein. But never, ever, ever once would it have to do with his kids. And actually, physically, trying to get the government involved to take his kids away because they don't like him. These people... Yeah, I wish Trump were the dictator that they claim that they fear that he is. Because he could do so much good. And just getting these people off the streets, getting them in institutions where, this sort of stuff could be examined. Like figuring out what drives somebody to the place where they hear that CPS was called on somebody over an internet dispute and their instinct is to defend it. What series of events in your life? What part of your brain has to be shut off for you to be able to come to that conclusion that that's a good idea? Let me just put it this way. I think that this is a litmus test. And I think if you can't understand this, I think that you failed, personally. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.